G'day, welcome back to the channel. A bit of an update on what's happening in regards to our tower, my battle with the local authorities to preserve this international landmark that puts Tokoroa on the world stage. Now, if I was dealing with sensible, ethical, honest people of integrity, this would be a fairly easy battle to wage. Unfortunately, as you're going to see in this video, that's not who I'm dealing with. I set myself fairly high standards in terms of my own morals and ethics and the way I conduct myself in these discussions. I do a lot of research. I do my homework. I come armed with facts and truths that can't be refuted because I have the evidence to back up those facts and truths. I come well prepared. I spend a lot of time in everything I do, whether it's supporting the hobby, battling against overregulation, or simply trying to protect our local tower. I spend a lot of time doing that, and I thank my Patreon supporters for giving me the freedom to do that through their kind contributions, because YouTube's hardly helping these days. Anyway, so I went to the council meeting armed with some useful information because I wanted to speak about our tower. Now, if you saw one of my previous videos, you'll see the council said, you can't record our meetings, but I presented them with irrefutable facts and evidence. I presented them with acts of parliament and rulings of the Ombudsman or the Privacy Commissioner that made it very clear they had to let me film whether they wanted to or not. But nevertheless, they still went out and spent goodness knows how much money on legal opinions to try and prove me wrong. Ultimately, this is what transpired at the beginning of this meeting.
I just want to let elected members know and the public know that I have been advised that Mr. Simpson is filming the meeting. Our legal advice is that he may do so. However, he needs to advise me of the reasons why he is collecting the information and how it will be used. Mr. Simpson?
Yes.
Would you like to let me know, please, why you're collecting the information of the meeting today and how it will be used?
It'll be used to show the public the proceedings of the meeting, so it's a matter of public interest and transparency.
Thank you. So, as chair of the meeting, I'm going to, if Mr. Simpson, I will ask Mr. Simpson to stop filming if it becomes disruptive or it impedes the meeting in any way.
Yes, as you can see, they had to concede that I do have a right to film proceedings. Who'd have known? But that's what I'm saying. I always come prepared. I'm seldom wrong, not because I'm smart or whatever. It's just because I do my preparation. It's absolutely important. It's like when you're flying models. You do your preparation, you do your analysis, your risk assessments. All these things you do makes everything safe, and you can get the best results when you do your homework. Although I never did homework when I was a kid. Never mind. Anyway, so I would like to have spoken about the tower to the meeting of the council, but the mayor, who has the authority to do so, forbids me from speaking again about the tower. She said, if you've spoken once about it, you can't speak about it again. And I've spoken about the tower previously, so I'm forbidden, regardless of the fact that this is such a critical issue, that there are so many people all around the world putting this stuff up on social media. Regardless of all that, I'm not allowed to speak about the tower again because, who knows, I might convince people that I'm right and she's wrong. So she forbid me to speak about the tower. However, the rules of the public forum, which she herself set, allow me to talk about other things. So I took the opportunity to speak about something that I thought would enable me to put the case for supporting our tower without mentioning the tower. I spoke about sister city relationships. Now, I did record the meeting, but the audio is not very good. Too many people coughing and sneezing. COVID, I suppose. So I'm going to paraphrase basically what I said in that meeting. Now, I pointed out to the mayor that the town of Tokoroa has a sister city relationship with a city in China called Yichang City. This relationship was forged in 2014 when the now mayor, who was at this time deputy mayor, actually visited China, flew all the way to China to start forging this sister city relationship. A year later, the people from Yichang came to Tokoroa to cement that sister city relationship. Papers were signed and handshakes were made and babies were kissed, all the normal political stuff. So there was a formal sister city relationship between Yichang in China, or Yichang in China, and Tokoroa in New Zealand. So I went armed with this information because I'd done my homework. And I said to the mayor, the council has already proven that it believes these external relationships with people in foreign places is very important to the town, to the extent that you will spend money to forge these relationships and cultivate them and preserve them. So what is the difference between having a sister city in China and having a virtual sister city that consists of the thousands of people around the world who want to save our tower. Thousands of people around the world who actually have a much stronger connection to this town than the people of Yichun in China do. So what I'm saying, what I said to the council was, we have another sister city. We have a sister city consisting of all these people who want to come to our town or who want to preserve our tower. And we must give them the same respect, the same honours that we give to the sister city Yichun in China. Now, of course, this is a very inconvenient truth, very inconvenient fact that the mayor didn't want to concede. So how do you think she addressed this? How do you think she responded to this inconvenient truth? Well, this is what she said.
We don't have a sister city relationship with Yichun.
That's right. She denies that there is a sister city relationship with Yichun in China. But let's go and have a look. Let's go to the council's very own website and see for ourselves if she's telling the truth. So here we are on the website of the South Waikato District Council. Let's search for sister city. Now this has to be the oracle, the source of irrefutable evidence. And we have 4 entries for sister city. I'm going to take a look at this one where the mayor and deputy mayor to visit China South Waikato District Council. This is from the council's own press release file. And it says, Mayor Neil Sinclair and Deputy Mayor Jenny Shattuck, who is now the presiding mayor, are attending the International Mayoral Forum on Tourism to be held in Zhengzhou, China on 15th and 18th of November. And if we go further down the page here, it says, the mayor and deputy will also be visiting the city of Yichun. This city is interested in a future cooperation and sharing with our district along the lines of sister city principles. So this was when the concept of forming a sister city bond with Yichun, was first mooted. And let's go back now and let's look at the council's own newsletter. This is a newsletter that's distributed to residents of the district, and this one is dated November-December 2014. And it just says that the council flew the mayor and deputy mayor to China. And this is the important bit down here. It says, aside from the tourism forum, we also visited Yichun City to establish a sister city relationship. Here we go, sister city relationship. So that pretty clearly states and makes it very clear that a sister city relationship was underway. But was it ever cemented? Was it ever formalized? Well, let's go back to this here. It says, Deputy Mayor of Yichun City visits South Waikato. So let's see what happened in 2015, according to the council's own press releases. And it says, council was pleased to have the Yichun City Deputy Mayor Wang Yilian and business and education sector leaders visit our beautiful district. Then we go down here and it says, after a meet and greet, Mayor Sinclair and Deputy Mayor Yalian signed an agreement for a sister city friendship. Here we go. Signed an agreement for a sister city friendship. This kind of conclusively proves that there's a sister city relationship with this Yichun city in China. If we go back here, was it ever rescinded? Was it ever cancelled? Well, no, there's no mention of that. This is all about the creation of a sister city relationship. And you would think that if the relationship was dissolved, then there would be a press release in here because the community are party to this relationship. They would have been advised that that relationship had been dissolved. They weren't, so I think we're pretty safe to assume that it was never formally dissolved. It continues to exist to this day. Once again, let me remind you what she said.
We don't have a sister city relationship with Yichun.
That's right. So it very much appears that when the mayor is backed into a corner and the facts don't fit her argument, she'll just lie. She'll just tell bald-faced lies. And this is not the first time I've had to encounter this behaviour. If you're dealing with someone who's honest, ethical, and of high moral character, a discussion, an interaction like this is usually pretty easy. But when you're dealing with someone who's prepared to just lie when they don't have any kind of way to refute your claims or the evidence you produce, what can you do? What can you do? But this speaks to the difficulty of this fight. We're not fighting on a level playing field. We're not fighting, well, she's not fighting fair. I'm telling the truth. I just give you the facts. I just give them the facts. But the mayor is prepared to twist reality to whatever degree it takes to try and make it look like she's right. I don't think that's acceptable. I hope this video embarrasses the hell out of her. It won't, because she's already done so many things. I've got newspaper articles where she's called people horrible names on social media, which you don't do when you're an elected official. She got told off by a higher authority for doing that. It's unfortunately, that's the person we're dealing with. Now, she might be a lovely person, I don't know, but the way she conducts herself is not to the level of ethics and honesty that I would expect from a civic leader. And fortunately, she's standing down. She's not standing for re-election. I think that's the best thing that could happen to this town, is for her to retire. I won't say gracefully, because she is making a hell of a mess on her way out. But that's what I've got to deal with, okay? So there you go. Now, I would like to thank each and every person that's done a selfie with a picture or a model of the tower. The support is incredible. It's fantastic. I could do with more. We could still do with more. I could do with thousands if possible, because who knows, the one that you do might be the one that tips the balance in favour of preserving our tower. So yeah, we've got another meeting in a month. There was no vote on the tower issue this month, and I'll tell you why. Because two of the Mayor's most loyal cohorts were absent. She may not have had the numbers to topple the tower in this meeting, so she didn't put it on the agenda. You can be pretty sure it'll be on the next agenda, in the next meeting, because those cohorts will be back at her side and doing her bidding by voting whichever way she wants them to vote. So we need to have a very strong case prepared before the next meeting, which is in around about 3 or 4 weeks' time. So if you haven't done a selfie with the tower, do it and put it up on social media. Send me the link, please, and I'm going to put all this stuff on a page, and hopefully that page will be so big that nobody in their right mind can ignore it. And you people out there who are supporting the Tower, Save the Tower campaign, you are the sister city to Tokoroa now. You are the virtual sister city. You can be proud of yourselves. And I will keep you all informed as to what's going on. The weather is crap here. It's winter, it rains. We've had the wettest winter on history, I think it is. It's like places are being flooded and the wind's blowing all the time. We have only had a couple of sunny days, which you've seen on this channel. The rest of it has been absolutely terrible. So not a lot of opportunities to go flying. It means not a lot of opportunities to make flying videos, which means my YouTube revenue for this month was in the tank. It was like ridiculous. Only my Patreon supporters are keeping me alive at the moment. But when the weather improves, there will be more videos. There will be more fun, more excitement. And over at RC Model Reviews, I've got some stuff coming up, which I'll be doing. But again, no option, no ability to fly stuff at the moment. It's really, really annoying. So I'm dedicating myself to the issues at hand. There you go. Tell me what you think. Do you think our mayor is acting like a civic leader should? Do you think her level of honesty is adequate for the task? I don't know. I am gobsmacked. I would never have expected anyone in that position to be so blatant about the way they misrepresent the facts. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support, and there'll be some fun stuff coming up soon. Trust me, I'll make sure of it. Bye for now.